It's a solitary journey, but one no rider takes alone. A test of human strength and endurance. Winning here demands everything you've got. Now in its 10th anniversary, the Red Bull Romaniacs starts again, and all the big names are back. Chris Birch, whose triumph in 2010 etched his name onto one of sport's most coveted trophies. Andreas Lettenbichler made his name here in 2009 with his first hard enduro win. But one man stands in the way of all competitors. Graham Jarvis, the world's #1 rider, can break 2 records this week as he attempts to win 3 in a row and become the only 4-time champion in Romania. But lurking in the shadows are the young guns. Wade Young, who dethroned Jarvis last November at the Roof of Africa. He's here for the first time and has his sights set on the podium. And then there's Johnny Walker, who seems to be chasing Jarvis in every extreme race he enters, only to come up short. Could this be his time? But never count out a dark horse. Alfredo Gomez from Spain is an emerging star in this talented field of veterans. And now, 5 days and 600 kilometers separate the contenders from the pretenders. Who will rise to the challenge and cement their legacy at the toughest hard enduro rally on Earth? Who will take the title? Welcome to the Red Bull Romaniacs, the 10th edition. Hello and welcome to a perfect summer day here in Sibiu, Romania for the 10th edition of the Red Bull Romaniacs. The spectators have been waiting all day for this, and we are just moments away from the start of the prologue to decide who will lead the field on off-road day 1 tomorrow. But to get a better understanding of how it all works, let's hear from the designer himself, Andy Fazekas.
Hi, I'm Andy Fazekas, and this is my creation, the prologue.
The first day at the Red Bull Romaniacs is arguably the most entertaining, and this year Andy and his crew created a masterpiece to commemorate the 10th edition.
I try to concentrate my best obstacle from the last 10 years in one for all. I think I have good results, and the feedback until now, it's very good from the riders.
I love it so much because it reminds me of my BMX days when you're riding wall rides and stuff.
So the prologue's going back to like the old style, how we used to do it with a long race with laps. That's pretty cool. It allows them to build some really incredible stuff. And it's like what they did back in 2008, but we're going to get the weather to do it properly this time.
Yeah, the prologue is more for the fans, but I enjoy it also. It's fun. It's a lot of technical obstacles, and can show you a skill.
It's going to be really good fun. It's a bit dangerous, but...
Red Bull Romaniacs offers something for every level of rider with 3 classes: pro, expert, and hobby. First to race are the hobby and experts. These weekend warrior types get the crowds fired up just in time for the pros to take center stage.
I'm feeling good for it. I won it in 2008, so see if we can do it again now.
But now the pros are ready to go. The race everyone has been waiting for. 15 minutes plus 1 lap to determine the winner. Right off the start, number 3, Johnny Walker takes the lead. He's chased by number 13, Paul Bolton, and number 2, Andreas Lettenbichler in the red and white jersey. As the battle heats up, Walker stumbles, and number 13, Paul Bolton, with the light blue jersey, takes the lead. Now it's Bolton who's having problems, and number 2, Andreas Lettenbichler, takes the lead away from him. But then Walker and Bolton come fighting back at the step-up wall. Walker sneaks his way through, and Bolton jumps ahead of Lettenbichler. With one more lap to go, Paul Bolton sees the opening he's been waiting for. Both Walker and Lettenbichler get stuck, and that's all Bolton needed. It's Bolton and Walker neck and neck in a sprint to the finish. This will be down to the wire. But it's Bolton who comes out ahead and wins the prologue. Walker takes second, and Ben Hemingway sneaks by Lettenbichler for third.
We will show you the way.
Oh my God, it was like so up and down. 1 minute I was in 5th, the next minute I'm leading. You know, I'm just so excited.
It was a good race, you know, me and Paul, we raced all the way through. I caught him up at the end then and I was going to pass him. I'm really happy with coming second.
Some parts were brilliant, some parts were murder. Trying to carry the bike through and avoid people without hurting their bikes was difficult.
There are few places in the world that can host a race this challenging, and it has taken 10 years of hard work to develop this event into what it is today.
My name is Martin Freinademetz. I'm the organizer of Red Bull Romaniacs. The idea came from riding a lot here in the forest and realizing that this country is almost endless, offering endless trails and sections of really beautiful enduro riding. And the idea I had, as I saw some Roof of Africa films from the early days, I thought we can do something similar here in this country. And with that idea I went to Red Bull. We started in 2004 with 30 competitors. Now it's the 10th edition, 2013. Now we have 41 nations on the start.
As the Red Bull Romaniacs began to grow, so did its reputation as an extreme yet adventurous race. As a result, the world's best riders began flocking to Sibiu to see what hard enduro was all about.
I would say, yeah, this is my favourite race in the world. The riding's really beautiful. There's some really, really nice riding, some enjoyable riding, and some really good challenges as well. And it strikes the balance between being extreme and being enjoyable.
It's difficult for any rider because you need a lot of skills. You need that fast pace and the skills in the technical sections, and you need to be able to navigate a bit as well.
It doesn't suit just one rider. You've got to be able to ride every sort of terrain to be good and win here.
My background is professional snowboarding. I could use a lot of my knowledge from organizing snowboard events, but on the other hand, there is also some things that are differently in enduro riding, so there were quite some learnings. Also, I got a really good team. Many of the people helping me to organize this competition are here since the beginning.
I meet Martin for many, many years on a snowboard race, and this was the beginning. And year after year, the friendship was great, and Martin has an original idea to create a hard enduro race in Romania, and we talk about, and this is the board.
I think this edition is going to be very interesting also for riders that have been here all the 10 years, because it's a good mix of trails that we have been using already in 2004, but there is about 50% of completely new tracks. I'm of course excited for the race days, and I also think the weather will just be perfect, not too cold, not too warm, and I'm really looking forward to a great race.
So there's been lots of special moments in Red Bull Romaniacs. My favourite moment was probably the first win, 2008, and coming into that finish and riding along the roof, and it was pouring with rain, and it was actually my first extreme event I'd won, so that's a real special moment. I'm never going to forget that.
Over the years, off-road day one of the Red Bull Romaniacs has become known as the toughest. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, it's day one. First off, been in this position before, as we all know, and a lot can go wrong, as I know most of all.
While the veterans know what to expect, the newcomers are in for a surprise.
I don't know, it's my first time with the GPS, so I need to learn too much, I think.
The top three from the prologue, Paul Bolton, Johnny Walker, and number 38, Ben Hemingway, will start first. Today also begins Graham Jarvis's quest for history as the only rider to win 3 events in a row and become a 4-time champion at Red Bull Romaniacs.
If I win this year, it would be the record of wins. Still, the praise won 3 and I've won 3, so it's a good goal to go for.
It isn't long until the first rider reaches the service point. It's Graham Jarvis, and he's already taken a 10-minute lead after starting in 4th.
Yeah, it was really surprised me how difficult it was. A real slippery stream. I think Johnny made a mistake, so that's where I passed him.
Surprisingly, Alfredo Gomez and Ben Hemingway arrived next, followed by the 2009 winner, Andreas Lettenbichler. Meanwhile, Paul Bolton and Johnny Walker continued chasing each other like they did in the prologue, but both were also chased by bad luck.
To the end. I went up a hobby way this morning. I thought I was going the right way, then I decided I wasn't going the right way, which I was, and I went the hobby way.
I lost my GPS, which was the worst thing, so I had to wait. And then Paul came, so I followed him, and now I've got my other GPS on, so it should be good now.
After the 20-minute mandatory break, the riders are back on the course racing their way to the finish. But up ahead is the treacherous section called the Forgotten Trail. This would be the breaking point for most of the pros today and the realization of why day one is known as the toughest. Here's a sight you rarely see. Graham Jarvis off his bike and struggling to maintain any type of composure. This gives some perspective into how difficult this section really is. In hard enduro, the camaraderie amongst the riders is what sets them apart from others in motorsport. Here, Johnny Walker assists rookie Alfredo Gomez up Forgotten Trail, even though this could end up losing the day for him. Ultimately, it does, and in a harsh twist of fate, the Spaniard will finish the day with a lead over Walker. At the Red Bull Romaniacs, sometimes you see encouraging signs along the way to let you know the end is near, but it's only an illusion. As the exhausted riders turn the next corner in hopes of seeing that oasis of a finish, they are hit by a stark reality.
I thought they were going to try and kill us today. I didn't think it would be this bad.
If the Forgotten Trail has already decimated half the pro class, then bad shape is bound to destroy the rest. By the end of day one, more than half of the pros will not even finish within the allotted 10-hour time period. Welcome to the Red Bull Romaniacs. Battered and bruised, Graham Jarvis reaches the finish line with an incredible 26-minute lead.
Some bits I enjoy, but towards the end it was just a case of just want to get to the finish. I don't care about the result, and just get me to the finish.
Having ridden together most of the day, Andreas Lettenbichler and Alfredo Gomez finished second and third respectively. The Young Guns made a mess of day one. Walker's early troubles earn him 5th, while South Africa's Wade Young reaches the finish in a very exhausted 10th place.
I was having a brilliant day. The best riding I think I've ever done in my life. But those last 2 sections were just... If me and Paul hadn't done it together, there's no way we'd be here.
With day one behind the riders, one would think it gets easier from now on. But no such luck. The organizers have a few surprises up their sleeves. When we return, day 2 of the Red Bull Romaniacs begins, and a rookie begins making his move up the leaderboard.
Definitely crossing that finish line up by the monument there in 2007, that was my best memory from Red Bull Romaniacs. That was a feeling I don't think I'll ever get again.
After the pain and punishment the riders took yesterday, most of them would rather stay in bed and nurse their wounds rather than get on a bike today.
So it's day 2 of Red Bull Romaniacs, and everyone is broken from yesterday. I think everyone's just kind of gone into survival mode. Well, I know I have, just trying to get to Petrosan.
With a modest lead, Graham Jarvis on the signature Blue Husaberg looks to maintain his distance. But anything can happen in this race, so he must keep pushing. Behind the Brit is 2nd place Lettenbichler on his Husqvarna. He was runner-up to Jarvis last year and is quite comfortable in this position. And then there's number 16, Alfredo Gomez, also on a Husaberg. His day 1 charge was very impressive. He is only 5 minutes behind Lettenbichler. Today will be a high-speed race to the quaint little town of Petrosan. The riders will spend the night there before heading back to CBU for day 3. Even though it will be fast-paced, it will not be a picnic. Some very difficult sections await those who think day 2 will be easy. Up until now, the 2010 Red Bull Romaniacs winner Chris Birch is not having the race he expected. He currently sits in 6th overall, but there is still time for the veteran to make his move up the leaderboard. Another rider unable to make a move is Wade Young. The 2012 Roof of Africa winner came here with high hopes of a podium finish, but has yet to crack the top 5. Looking to wash away yesterday's troubles, number 13 Paul Bolton must have a solid ride if he wants to keep pace with the leaders. Having had a horrible day 1, Red Bull KTM rider Johnny Walker is in his comfort zone today. The course is fast and he thrives when he can ride flat out. At the Red Bull Romaniacs, each rider has their reasons for why they race the toughest hard enduro rally on Earth.
I am a Romaniac.
I am a Romaniac.
I am a Romaniac.
I'm a Romaniac.
I'm a Romaniac.
I'm a Romaniac.
Spirit of Romaniacs is once a year you come here and have a special event.
The spirit of Romania is probably the hot chicks. There must be something in the water because every chick is red hot.
I am a Romaniac.
We are South Africans, but we are Romaniacs.
Spirit of Romania is a wild, hot country, and Martin showed us the wildest tracks and beautiful landscape. This is really a great country.
The spirit of Romaniacs is to be able to ride in this amazing country, challenge yourself in the mountains and see what you're capable of.
As a cameraman, the spirit of Romaniacs is definitely the people, because that's why I keep coming back.
Here we have a place where we just ride these trails that you would never see anywhere else in the world. The people are so nice, they're inviting, just everybody's friendly. It's just a great atmosphere and experience.
We are all Romaniacs.
Yeah, the spirit of the Romaniacs for me is just being here part of the event, whether you can ride it or whether you just want to take part, mechanic. Just being here is the spirit.
That's what the spirit is. I mean, we know it's a tough race. It has to be a tough race. But when you see this amount of people so passionate about this enduro sport, it's unbelievable.
The spirit of Romania is even more hang loose than Hawaii.
I am a Romaniac.
I am a Romaniac.
We're all Romaniacs.
We are all Romaniacs.
I am the master of Romaniacs.
Back at the service point, Jarvis has arrived. But his day has been wrought with troubles. He's lost 13 minutes to Gomez and 4 minutes to Letty.
Been a bit of a disaster for me because the GPSs have just failed, both of them, so I just had to wait for Letty, and unfortunately like Gomez and Johnny were there as well, so they've all caught me up and got a bit of time on me.
While Graham may think his GPS failed, he learns that it's not the case. Team manager Xavi Galindo explains that he accidentally changed the setting. He may be the world's best rider, but when it comes to working a GPS, he struggles. Here's Alfredo Gomez. Even though he's made a lot of time on Jarvis, he's having mechanical issues with the front brakes.
I don't know, some wood or something put inside the disc, and when I go down 200 meters, it doesn't brake. My front brake is finished.
At least one rider seems to be going about his day with no major dilemmas.
The morning here in Stan, it was nice flow riding. At the beginning it was very fast, and then technical stuff began. I'm happy with my run, and I'm looking forward to do a good result to the finish.
Shortly after the service point, it's blue skies and wide open trails. The race to the finish in Petroshan is on, but little do they know what awaits. And here it is, an old coal mine turned into a twisted labyrinth of concrete stairs and conveyor belts. Vintage Red Bull Romaniacs. There are no elevators here. The silent assassin arrives first. His Husaberg 300 echoes throughout the building. He arrives in the stairwell and shows us his secret technique on how to climb these steps. So that's how you do it. He crosses the finish line, which seems to have given him more problems than climbing the building itself. Walker and Gomez arrive next. Jarvis may have been the first pro rider to finish, but Johnny Walker had the fastest time of the day, followed by Alfredo Gomez. Even with mechanical problems early on, Gomez passes Lettenbichler for second place overall.
Yeah, it's been good. I made good time in the morning, and then just before lunch I made a little mistake and I lost a couple of minutes on Jarvis and Gomez, but I caught Gomez, and then like the afternoon we basically rode all day together, and I think we made some good time up.
Really fast day for me, but I follow Johnny many times, and then he followed me sometimes. In one downhill he catch me again, and we drive together to the end.
With day 2 done, the Red Bull Romaniacs is at the halfway point. A huge relief for some, time running out for others. Tomorrow is day 3 at the Red Bull Romaniacs as the field will head back to Sibiu. In a race dominated by men, one competitor looks to accomplish what the boys do, only this year she's doing it alone.
My name is Sorina Sandu, I'm 23 years old, I'm from Petroșani, Romania.
Romania's very own Sorina Sandu is a former downhill ski racer turned female enduro champion.
Yeah, I was making 12 years of skiing, so when I discovered enduro, I quit skiing, so this is pretty much what I'm doing now, only enduro. It's a very nice feeling when you're riding enduro. It's like changing yourself. So when I'm at home, I'm just a little girl, and when I ride a bike, I'm totally someone else. My father taught me 7 years ago, and I ride with him, with my boyfriend also.
Sorina is as tough as they come. She's competed in the Red Bull Romaniacs twice in the team hobby class and finished both editions.
I competed in 2009 and 2011. on hobby team. In 2009 I competed with Daniela Pexa and we made 12th place, I believe. And in 2011 with Andrea Goga, he was my teammate, and we got 15th place.
But this year, Serena decided to tackle Red Bull Romaniacs with a different goal in mind.
I just want to finish one Red Bull Romaniacs alone, so that's why I registered myself in hobby singles. So it's harder, but I hope to finish it.
Now, at the end of day 2, Serena currently holds 51st place. She is halfway towards her goal of finishing a Red Bull Romaniacs for the 3rd time.
Yeah, against the boys, against the girls, doesn't matter. I just like to compete. And I hope to finish also the 10th edition.
Yeah, favourite Romaniacs moment was my first year in 2007, almost beating Cyril Dupree, and just missed the last corner on just to take 2nd place to a full factory rider on a stock CR250 motocross bike.
Day 3 at the Red Bull Romaniacs. If anyone is to put some pressure on Graham Jarvis, today is the day to do it.
I'm setting off first today because I won yesterday. I had a quite good ride. I had like a good flow going, and I was enjoying it, which is the main thing.
Yeah, I tried to catch Johnny, but I think it's difficult because he's really fast. I don't know, but all the people speak about this not a difficult day.
Yeah, I feel strong, and I try to catch Gomez up. He's in front of me, only 5 minutes. Graham is, I think, 26 minutes in front of us, so difficult.
On this day, everyone is gunning for Jarvis and his 18-minute lead. But it may not be easy for the challengers to better their chances. Dense fog has moved in and rain is in the forecast. This plays right into Jarvis's hands. As the conditions get tougher, he gets stronger. The riders will cover 155 kilometers as they race back to the city of Sibiu. Paul Bolton goes down hard. His quest for that first podium at Red Bull Romaniacs is slowly slipping away. Meanwhile, Chris Birch and Wade Young are having better days than before. They will finish 6th and 8th, respectively. Number 38, Ben Hemingway, is also having a good race. In his first Red Bull Romaniacs, he's in 5th overall. But the pack of Johnny Walker, Gomez, and Lettenbichler have clearly separated themselves from the rest of the field. They will battle for the last 2 spots on the podium because they will need a miracle to catch Jarvis. In the race paddock is where all the action is. The legendary Alfie Cox takes us on a visit with some of the riders.
I'm Alfie Cox. We're here for the 10th running of the Red Bull Romaniacs, and we're going to go check out the paddock and talk to some of the riders. Come on, follow me. So Johnny, I think you're a fun bloke, and you enjoy it here?
Yeah, it's cool, you know, there's so many like enthusiastic fans, you know, that want to meet you and that, and it's cool to meet them and get pictures with them, so, you know, I go away from here with a lot of good memories.
Graham, I mean, the word around the pits is that you're definitely the Scarlet Pimpernel or the silent assassin. How does that come around?
Well, I've always gone about my job quietly, I think, so just get on with things and concentrate on what I'm doing. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing, so I don't know who made it up.
Oh, Chris Birch. Chris, how are you doing, mate? You well?
Yeah.
What's your take on the race? I mean, you're the most experienced bloke here. You've been here a couple of times.
Does that mean I'm the oldest bloke?
No, that's me. I'm the oldest. You are the youngest, 17 years old. You were the first one to knock Jarvis off his 18-month-long-old perch. You know, what are you expecting?
Yeah, I don't see myself as the youngest rider, if you know what I'm saying. I see this is my class and this is my competition, and that's where I need to be.
I drove down 13 hours with my sprinter, so I'm totally relaxed. And
oh, so you're not a works rider where you can take the aeroplane, huh? I know that. Yeah, but we're here with Paul Bolton, you know, Bolts as we all know him, but you know, Paul, you've always been known as Mr. Nice Guy, and I think that time is over now.
Yeah, for sure, Andrew. It's time to strap on my balls and, you know, take it another level.
Hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed talking to the riders, and see you later.
Coming up, Graham Jarvis's lead is shrinking and his chances at history are threatened as day 3 heats up. It's the home stretch to the finish of day 3. The hobby and expert classes are having their own moving day. Some are making progress, while others are not even moving at all. Serena Sandu is making her charge as she moves up 12 places in her class. And another popular Romanian rider, Emanuel Gainis of the expert class, runs into a few problems of his own at the river crossing.
Mine fell into the river, and I have to dry it out somehow. It has water, so we'll see. The job up. I'm not working good.
Fortunately, his crew manages to get him going again, and he is able to finish in 4th place today. While the number 3 rider, Johnny Walker, is making good time, number 2, Lettenbichler, and number 16, Gomez, have caught up to the leader, Graham Jarvis. But this is an advantage only to Jarvis because if they ride together, he cannot lose any more time. Graham crosses the finish line just behind Walker. Even though Johnny arrived first, he still didn't win the day. Jarvis bettered Walker's time by 4 minutes. Letty and Gomez are right behind. The strategy of riding together pays off for the Spaniard as he is able to keep Letty behind him in 3rd place. With the final day upon them, Jarvis still maintains a sizable lead, but that won't deter him from going full throttle. The silent assassin is poised for history tomorrow, and he won't back down.
Yeah, Letty's really consistent, and then Gomez is like trying to stick with Letty or me a bit.
Thank you very much for your help.
No problem. I think I'm now at the 3rd position, but yeah, with my problems today, Johnny get close to my time, and yeah, I try to do a good result tomorrow, and we'll see what happens at the finish.
Yeah, I think I can still make the podium because like they could run out of fuel like I did, and they could lose more time than I did. So I'll just keep pushing as hard as I can, and hopefully I'll get on the podium. But if not, you know, I've tried my hardest.
If I can make podium, that I know that I can make it, it's a surprise for me because I never ride with the GPS, just I make all the days the same. Yesterday weighed Walker and today weighed Letty. Follow him and that's it.
A weekend before the event, a few of the riders took some extra time to demonstrate the essential elements of hard enduro. The combustion engine, which represents air and fire. Dirt and rocks, representing earth. And raging rivers for water. All at an eye-popping 1,000 frames per second. Sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, 2009 I won the Red Bull Romaniacs for the first time. It was amazing. It was my first international win, and I beat Cyril Dupre and also Chris Birch, and I love this victory.
So it's day 4. I've got a bit of a lead, but can't afford to back off. I've just got to keep pushing hard. It's going to be a hard day apparently today, and this fog's going to make it a lot harder as well just to navigate. So it's going to have to be real cautious, I think, and just try and get it home safely.
It's the last day at Romaniacs, and I finished second yesterday just behind Graham, like 2 or 3 minutes behind him I think, but I'm like a minute off Letty now for the podium and then 14 minutes off Gomez, so today I'm just going to try and push hard and try and catch Graham.
Day 4 is Judgment Day. With Jarvis holding an almost insurmountable lead, the fight is on for the last 2 spots on the podium. Only 1 minute separates Walker from Letty, and then Letty is less than 14 minutes behind second place Alfredo Gomez. This trio will push each other hard. Today, the riders will have their hands full. They will get pounded once more on their way to the infamous final hill climb. All competitors who finish day 4 will remember the pain it took to get there.
This morning's been fairly steady, really. It's not too difficult, a few nasty uphill climbs, and Johnny's just caught me up. I could see him back in the gully there. So he's got a few minutes on me, but I think I'm going at a good pace.
I've still got to keep pushing to make that gap on Gomez and Letty if I can. I'm hoping.
After the service point, it's the final leg to the finish. Walker can taste the podium, but he's making some costly mistakes. Meanwhile, Gomez keeps ahead of Lettenbichler, but it's mostly due to problems with Letty's cooling system on the bike. Now Lettenbichler risks missing second place, or even worse, being caught by Walker. Paul Bolton and Chris Birch are riding well today. Unfortunately, it's a little too late for the podium. But it doesn't matter to them where they finish now, it's more about how they finish. This is true for the rest of the riders in the race as well. The desire to make it to the end will push them to their limits. Finishing the Red Bull Romaniacs is an achievement one will never forget.
I hope I don't do that again. The best moment for me here at Romaniacs was finishing the last day and knowing that I didn't have to ride again.
And here it is, the finish. Jarvis only has one more massive hill to conquer for an historic victory. In the 10th edition of the Red Bull Romaniacs, the world's best rider crosses the finish line with a stunning 45-minute lead. And here comes Johnny Walker, who was 1 minute off third place at the beginning of the day. Can he make the podium? Here at the finish, the riders can choose to cross the pool or incur a 3-minute penalty. Who will take on the water? Walker cannot afford to lose any time, so he is forced to go for it. He pins it, aquaplaning over the pool with a huge splash. Nicely done. He crosses the finish line completely exhausted and awaits his fate. Andreas Lettenbichler arrives next and dive bombs through the water. The Bavarian knows he made good time today and celebrates his strong finish. It's Letty who will take third place. He beat Johnny Walker by only 4 minutes. And in his debut at the Red Bull Romaniacs, second place goes to Spain's Alfredo Gomez. The final rider to complete the top 5 is Paul Bolton, who earns 5th overall.
It all went all right. Me and Letty were just teamed up a bit and got going. We had a good pace going on, so I thought Letty had gone over the bars in the water. I didn't realise how long it was. And clean over the handlebars.
After fighting her way through 4 days of pain and suffering, Serena Sandu does what she set out to achieve. She finishes the world's toughest hard enduro rally by herself.
I'm so happy. I was nervous before because it's the first time that I'm riding alone, so I'm just happy that I finished today.
One of the goals of the event this year was to make the finish spectacular. Well, the organizers certainly did not disappoint, and the 10th edition of the Red Bull Romaniacs will go down in history as one of the absolute best.
Well, I can't believe I've won it like 4 times now, so it's just incredible. It's like, never expected it when I first set out riding Romaniacs. It was just for a bit of fun, and here I am like a 4 times winner, so it's incredible, yeah.
Now it's fantastic. In the morning was very bad because I can take a good feeling, and I pushing hard and catch Walker, so it's amazing.
Another chapter is closed at Red Bull Romaniacs, and this year proved to be an incredible challenge. But regardless of all the pain and suffering, they'll be back again next year.
Now I'm so happy to be in the finish, and I did the water slide nicely, so that was a nice day.
At this race, there are those who fight for the win and those who fight for the finish. But no matter which path is chosen, they all have one thing in common. They are all Romaniacs.
It's probably as hard as 2010. So for the 10th anniversary, they gave it to us proper. Awesome event, eh? Just so cool.
Congratulations to Graham Jarvis on an undefeated season so far, well on his way to complete a hard enduro Grand Slam. Here's the unofficial world ranking of the world's best hard enduro riders. With the Romaniacs behind them, the riders head to Kmar, Turkey for the Red Bull Sea to Sky. I'm Troy Mannering saying keep the rubber side down and see you next time on Hard Enduro.